Alrighty, here we are back playing some Tropico 6. Now before I move on to the next series, I want to quickly make a video covering the Criminal Island. I want to put this on ×4 speed. I probably won't be talking too much during this episode, and I just want to see it grow into its final form. See how many criminals we can get on the island. Once we get like maybe 200, then I will move on to building a prison for this place. And we should be able to make a lot of money off of all of the people that we're incarcerating. Real quick, I will talk about why we'll make money. So the courthouse has something called criminal law. If you don't make like a criminal island, I suggest doing business law, which will generate money based on your offices. But if you do have a lot of criminals on the island, then building or leaving it on criminal law would be a pretty good decision. So criminal law, and then on top of that we can have a prison and put it on the work mode. I believe it's called convict labor, and you make money based on how many people are in prison. And so if we got a lot of criminals on the island, a lot of people going to prison, then we should be able to start generating some pretty decent money. I've done one run in the past where instead of doing like a normal industry, like all of this tourism we have set up, I had something where we were actually generating a pretty decent amount of money off of just criminals. Environmentalists are upset. Let's check out why. All the automated mines that we made, it pushed it down to -63 from just that. So they want us to build a wind turbine. We'll go ahead and comply just to keep them off our back for now. Build it right here, and then I'll just destroy it. Cool, so do the environmentalist standing. We don't really need money at this point. We're starting to generate just like an insane amount of profit, so I mean, there's not really much else I want to do. I just want to make sure that we have enough housing for people. That's really the only thing. Okay. I mean, we should be good for the foreseeable future. I'm gonna go through, bring crime safety down on the entire island as low as I can absolutely get it. I might end up destroying some buildings here and there and placing some police stations, but putting these police stations on this work mode here, live and let live. And so I talked about it earlier, every apprehended criminal will add $50 to your Swiss bank account. Crime safety of the police station is decreased by 20. So that's pretty good for having a criminalistic island like we have here, but I think we might have one normal police station around here so that we will eventually start arresting people. But for now, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just destroy a couple of buildings and place some police stations in their stead. Maybe this poor housing over here. And we'll just build some parks in this area here. Quick build it up. We have so much money that we kind of don't need to worry about anything. Max budget, live and let live. It would be nice to find a way to funnel more money into our Swiss bank account. We're already up to 125,000. But I made the victory goal 2 million, which is kind of hard to do. Just over time, it will slowly build up. So as these houses are slowly constructed, then it's going to push our vacant homes up. There should be plenty of broke housing for people to move in, and they don't need a job. They can survive off of the island. And then if there's no jobs, then they'll become criminals, and then they'll be able to live in these houses and kind of live on the island as a well-off individual, which I think is a pretty cool way to build up an island. I've never really done this. I did get a comment on one of my videos recently, and someone was asking about the communist utopia that I had previously made, and I did make it pretty decently. There was just a lot of problems that I was having with it. Like, I didn't really like the way that it was turning out, and then I didn't really like the video layout. So I meant to delete both of them, but I only deleted the first episode, so I finally deleted the second one. And I think that's what I'm going to work on later on today, is building up another communist utopia. But after completing that whole island, I come up with like a lot better ideas. And so real quick, I'll get into those in that video. Make sure our happiness is steadily cruising up. Faith happiness still pretty low, which means that we can build some more. Chapels around. We'll throw a chapel over here. A chapel here. And a chapel there. Quick build these ones up. I believe that was an import for furniture. Put these on help first, preach later. We're already up to 500,000 in our treasury, which is pretty good. I mean, it would still be nice to get the car trade to America, but at this point, I've accepted the fact that I'm probably not going to get it on this run. Something that kind of bugs is that, as you can see, all the cars that are driving around the island are kind of just stuck on like 1 or 2 roads. It would be nice if like the traffic kind of evened out throughout the island. The price export trade routes with Russia and China are increased by 15%. I'm not doing any exports to Russia or China, so not really something I'm going to worry about. Confiscate some of my Swiss bank money. Nah, it's okay. Special citizens. Oh yeah, I need to decrease the crime safety. Something that I do want to do is Spy Academy. Or not the research lab, the Spy Academy. I want to keep them doing observations. Reason being is that I want to know kind of exactly how many criminals are on the island. What we can do is check out residential occupancy. And as we can see, this neighborhood over here is, well, all these houses over here aren't really being lived in. But that's what we want. We want the criminals to move onto the island, and then they'll be able to afford these houses in these suburbs over here. Let's check out our crime safety now. After these police stations have been built, what I'm gonna do now is, this will kind of make the island look ugly in my opinion, but it's gonna be nice having this really low crime safety on the island. Hit play, max out the budget, boombox, pickpockets. So just doing that, let's see how low the crime safety. Yeah, the crime safety shot down in this area. And so, build a couple more just wherever crime safety isn't super duper low. Let's see here. I noticed something on the last episode when I was kind of rewatching it, and that's the fact that these bus garages actually don't have a starting location, which is kind of a huge oversight. So we will put them all here. So now these bus workers have a destination as well as a starting location. At least I hope so. Maybe they don't. Okay. I mean, I can't figure out where their starting and ending locations are, so I'll just set them down. Oh, I did this backwards. I would say put your starting bus stop at the location that's furthest, but we'll just go ahead and leave it as is. So anywhere that crime safety isn't super duper low, I'm gonna go through and place some more of these busker buildings. Maybe I could do just like a couple down this road here. Do a couple in the downtown area as well. Maybe more than a couple. I think I accidentally put a busker on top of the road access for this place here. Max budget, pickpockets, boombox. And we can check crime safety again. Continuing to shoot down all over the island. We're at $1 million. Might as well keep checking, see if we can get the export. And put this on the slowest speed just so I can kind of get all these busker buildings down before we get super duper into it. Just go through and start slapping them down anywhere really. It's all along this road and up this road. This whole area right here. Seems like putting all these busker buildings is making someone upset. Seems like the militarists. Let's double check this. Yep, all these busker buildings are making the militarist upset. That'll be fine. Is there anything else I can do that will decrease crime safety on the whole island? I don't think so. Support shot way down. It's not because of happiness. Our happiness is still like doing decently here. It probably has something more to do with the fact that we made the militarist really upset. By contrast, the buskers are making the communists happy, but we don't have a lot of communists on the island. Let's check crime safety now. Can wrap around this area here. All up and down this road next. And we should wrap around this whole block. All of this area here. Down this road. All throughout here as well. Looks like we're making the industrial upset as well doing this. Probably. Yep, all these buskers. Buskers and militarists really upset right now, but that'll be okay for a while. I mean, I'll just kind of do what they want before the time's over. Absolutely ruining the crime safety of the island, but that is what we want. Even more right here is what I want. And there goes the crime safety. Nobody is safe now. Put a whole bunch right in front of the stadium as well. All up and through this area, and I guess along that back road as well. One right in front of the high school, why not? Still have 500 days for a roller coaster. Security surveillance is what they want. Something you can do is you can actually... we're making so much Swiss money that we can go through, and there's one specific thing that I can look for here. Stage a distraction. We'll get 2 of them. If you don't have Lobbyistico, the DLC Lobbyistico enabled, then you can start getting a lot of Swiss bank, like a lot of Swiss money in your bank account, your Swiss bank account. And the reason you don't want Lobbyistico, I talked about it plenty of times in this playthrough here. You don't have to deal with corruption, so you can get a lot of Swiss money And then you can talk to the broker. And if anything else, like there's all sorts of things that are pretty good, like amending the Constitution. You can increase the standing with superpower or with some of your factions. There's all sorts of things that you can do, but specifically doing the one stage of distraction, you can get rid of the ultimatums here. And so that's really convenient on really any playthrough. Roller coaster, yeah, okay. We'll build the roller coaster, and then I don't really feel like changing the whole constitution for the industrialists, so we'll just use one of the ultimatum, or one of the distractions for them. Check out crime safety. Not sure if... Oh. Alrighty. Crime safety continuing to plummet. Looks like we need more throughout this area. Just go through and click down a whole bunch. Oh no. Did not mean to do that. Crime safety. Alrighty. And we are reaching a point, a critical point of no one being safe from crime. I was going to kind of avoid putting them in this municipal area, but might as well just go through and put down a whole bunch everywhere. In the very least now, all of the broke Tropicans can collect some of their, increase some of their fund coverage, as this is the only building, the busker buildings, that will allow them to visit for fun safety, or for fun. Fun happiness. Still got a year to make a roller coaster. And it looks like we're continuing to get absolutely no fun, or crime safety on the whole island. Cool. Looks like we need just a little bit more in like this little circle here. All along this back road and next to that neighborhood over here. Okay, that's probably enough. Okay. That is a pretty gnarly amount of crime on the island there. I mean, I do want to just completely fill this whole area out. It seems like we're creating a lot of jobs though, which is kind of a problem. And all of these people, now that I think about it, are going to be poor. So let's check out. It looks like we're getting... Yeah, I guess that's not too bad. Cool. So now we just need a lot more people on the island to become criminals. A lot more people that need to be unemployed. So, I mean, I don't like the idea of using the Pirate Cove, but there might not be... Hey, cars was trending. Wow. I mean, it really sucks that we're not getting a car trade, but this is kind of like the most I've ever seen cars reach. Usually cars go for like 20,000 on like a normal playthrough, just above like everything else. But this is 50,000 for 1,000 cars. That's really, really crazy. Let's see here. Running into tobacco problems. I mean, I guess, well, screw it. What I'm going to do is, first off, make sure our overall happiness is as high as I can get it. Healthcare slowly going down a little bit. Looks like all of the healthcare buildings are currently overbooked. Let's go through and just build a number of clinics around. If we build enough of them, then hopefully we can deal with any of the problems. That'll increase healthcare happiness. I'm not really worried about like making the island look super good nowadays. Quick build. Just control click on these to quick build them. And what's nice about these clinics is even poor people can use them and still get a service quality of over 100. Roller coaster, they want a new roller coaster. We'll just go ahead and slap one down. We'll leave this one for our population this time. Increase the standing with them. Let's check out. Yeah, it looks like it's slowly going back up, which is a good thing. Environmentalist, clinics, roller coasters. The industrialists looks like they're becoming happy again. Okay. So now the island should... Our support will definitely go back up once the factions kind of forget about what we've done. But let's get the happiness back up as high as we can get it. Let's try and find some buildings that provide a pretty good service quality. 83 from casinos, 84, 93, but this is for tourists only. 93 for our population here. I don't believe children are allowed to visit a nightclub though. But that's okay. Maybe we can build just a couple more of those. Actually, you know what? We'll build another whole stadium. Increases fee, increases damage the building, 20 points after their visit. 95's good. We'll leave it at this. So that should hopefully increase our fun happiness up quite a bit, increase our healthcare up a bit. We need more faith happiness. Job quality, we're not going to be able to really do anything about this. Liberty, all-time high. The food quality. I wonder why food quality would be low. Let's see all the different foods that they have. Looks like we're not quite having enough fish, so we'll build 2 more fish plants next to these nuclear reactors. Increase the budget. What I want to do actually is hire people from off the island so we can have as many unemployed people as possible. Change this one to shellfish. Bigger tanks, increase production rate. And tide simulator. We still have plenty of electricity, it seems. And we just got 24 new people showing up. Probably due to the fact that... Oh. Okay. So hopefully that kind of fixes our fish problem. Because it seems like we are having such a big population that they're eating through all of the fish. The fish and the shellfish here. Looks like we could use some more milk, pineapple, canned goods, corn. Getting a lot of the different food varieties will increase the service quality, which will increase the food happiness of the island. This shopping mall is giving a service quality of 92. Still don't have like any more new people on the island. Let's check our vacant jobs. Go through and just hire people for these. Another busker job. Fast food joint. Okay. So this means that all of these unemployed people, these 31, they will be stuck unemployed. I mean, I could put down a pirate cove and just pull people onto the island. I think that's what I'm going to do because we are kind of getting close to the 40s, and that's whenever I wanted the crime to be absolutely running amok. Like before, just quick build, or quick hire everyone on Deadman's chest. Wait for this freighter to show up. Check out our happiness. I want the happiness to go up. So now we have that, and we can click on the pirate cove. Just do a bunch of rescue mini. Oh no, I didn't do this. Okay, that sucks. All of our buildings that produce a lot of pollution will produce double the pollution, and the job quality will be decreased to 10, which really sucks. And I think that's for like a whole year. And it looks like that shot our support down really low. I mean, that really sucks. If I would have been paying a little bit more attention, we would have been okay. Now we have a low rebel threat because of our really low support here. This is typically why I don't like playing on like ×4 speed, because I just miss out on like a lot of little things. Let's check the residential occupancy. So it looks like these neighborhoods are slowly getting filled out. The more criminals we get on the island, the more these will fill out. What I can actually do is just go through and delete all these. And do this. It seems like having too many like raid setup is kind of making not really start, which is kind of annoying. Maximum exploit has ended there. Hopefully our support goes up soon. Yeah, that really sucks, man. How absolutely annoying. We need more happiness on the island. Crime safety is disgustingly low. But by contrast, liberty is really high, so it should be like... this should even out to like roughly 50. And then everything else we can get as high as we possibly can. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is... I talked about this earlier and I said I wasn't going to, but I see no other alternative. Put a commando garrison up here, quick build it. Construct a road to it. Hire people from off the island. Rescue many. Here we'll do intimidate neighbors. We'll just do a bunch of those raids to keep our population a bit on the happy side. Happier than everyone around us, at least. So now I just need to pay attention to every time we finish a raid. I want to go through and repeat the raid. I have a feeling... yeah, it looks like we're running into problems with our... like moving everything around the island. Typically I don't end up doing this, and I talk about it in the beginner's guide. Never put your budget for the Teamsters offices on the highest budget. But here we're making so much money that we can do that. And this will serve the dual purpose of increasing the job quality, which is nice. I actually want to go through and just kind of like click on all sorts of jobs and make sure everything's like as high as can be. I haven't checked the ministry in a while. I want to make sure our ministers are still all alive. And it looks like we finished our rescue raid, so we'll go through and do another one. Now we're starting to get a lot of criminal or unemployed people on the island. We want to go through and make sure our population has plenty of vacant homes. This means that we can go and construct some of these houses for broke Tropicans to live in. Man, this support is like insanely low, and I don't really know what the problem is. The capitalists aren't too happy. The industrialists are like, alright. Why are the capitalists not happy? Let's see if there's something that I can do to make them happy. As a matter of fact, I know something that will make them a bit happy. That is the Caribbean Trade Pact Association. I don't believe I covered this quite yet in the beginner's guide, but that is a pretty good edict. We'll go ahead and activate it. And let's check out our deviations. We can sell oil to America at a really high markup. Not really what we want though. We can import coal, we can import furniture from Russia, rubber. We'll do this rubber trade. We'll do the coal trade from Mexico. And it looks like, oh man, I did those trades and they're imports. You want to change this to reduce import tax. And so we can get this furniture for 77% off. So that's going to net us $300,000 over the course of the trade. Can also get leather. Don't really need that though. Are we producing oil is the question. No, we are not producing oil, so that's not good to pick up. Let's check out. Are we getting cars yet? No. So put this back on special tax. So now we have plenty of unemployed people, plenty of broke housing. Cool. And there is a lot of well-off housing for people to live in. Check our raids, make sure they're still cruising along. That should have gave us a decent little boost to the capitalist. What I'm gonna do is kind of cheat here. Go through and spend some of our Swiss bank money on making various people happy. So we can do something like increase conservative, environmentalist, capitalist standing, religious standing, militarist standing. Image campaign, we can do that. Militarist standing. 2 more of these, another militarist. So let's check. We hit play. It only went up by 7%, but every little bit's helping. What do we really want? We want industrialist and capitalist. I'll go until I hit like 100,000. Industrialist, capitalist. Yeah, that should be good for now. Back up to 12%. Someone supports our Caribbean neighbors, which really sucks. I believe that's what that was, at least. I wonder how much money we're losing to. Crime, $10,000. That's pretty funny. Just keep on bringing in new people. Overall happiness still getting dragged down. Looks like we need more faith happiness, so I'm gonna go through and build up a number of chapels wherever I can. Two chapels right next door to each other. These have such a low amount of visitor slots that I need to realistically just build like a lot more. We're up to 2 million in the treasury, which is pretty cool. But, I mean, I'm not really planning on spending any more money anytime soon. I'll deliver an amazing speech. Okay, so, because our support's so low, we'll say that we're gonna increase crime safety. We will praise our capitalist, I believe, because we have so many of them. Now we'll go with industrialists, because we have the same amount, but industrialists are a little less happy than the capitalists. Here we will blame a superpower. We'll blame Russia, because we don't want to blame America, and the Russians have a pretty decent amount of support for us. Promise and improvement will say nothing. So this should hopefully give us enough support to survive this. You can always cheat one election, and so I haven't used it on this playthrough yet. I will use it here if I need to, but I would really like to get through this without having to use that. Still no car trades. Still don't have a whole lot of crime. I mean, I wonder why. We have so many unemployed people, they should be turning into criminals. Maybe there is a lot of criminals, we just can't notice it yet. Nice. This guy's dancing right out front of the metro. I wonder why the population's so unhappy. Ever since that freaking thing happened, man. I would really like to have this commando garrison finish its raid really soon. It's gonna take a long time for these raids to finish. That really sucks. We are kind of gaining some more support here. I mean, what I could do is just build a cathedral, and that'll increase that happiness, like, that'll give us a faith happiness of 100. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I just hope it doesn't mess with the broke Tropicans visiting. Oh no, I did not mean to do that. Decreases crime safety, so now this area isn't too bad. Another crime lord. Do another shady deal. Okay. We're getting our support back. That's good. We have a raid that just finished, our spy academy. Let's go ahead and do another observation. A power shortage, what? Relatively rare. I mean, we shouldn't be running into problems with power. I'll just build another nuclear power plant here. And as a matter of fact, I mean, we have so much money that I could build even a whole solar power plant here. We're making a lot of money because we're importing coal, rubber, and the furniture especially, and then if we don't end up using this, then it just gets sold right away for massive profit. It doesn't look like any of our buildings are running into issues getting getting enough resources. That's good. Intimidate neighbors, so that should shoot our support up at least a decent amount. We'll just keep on doing this for the foreseeable future. If I was playing like a bit slower and I was just like paying more attention to all the little things, then I definitely wouldn't be running into support problems right now. But that is okay. That was kind of weird. Crime safety is still terrible all throughout the entire island. Except for over here, but that is okay. We made back 20,000 into our Swiss bank account. Not like super great, but that's alright. We still only have one fire station. Ideally, you'd want like at least to cover the entire island with this blue circle, so that the entire island's like 10% cheaper, or however much it is. We can buy ourselves a firefighting helicopter and use it to just send this around to deal with any of the fires. So as you can see, that fire's out now. And then once they show back up, we can send them to the next building. So now all of our buildings are able to be put out relatively quickly. Another rescue raid has finished. Come through and just keep on doing them. Okay, cool. We're definitely going to win this election without having to cheat, so that's good. And disappointingly, we are not getting a lot of criminals on the island. I was hoping that we'd run into like a astonishingly high amount of criminals. Maybe there is criminals on the island. We just don't notice them yet. I mean, we are getting like a bunch of people showing up on the island, and the unemployment rate's staying kind of around 100. Cars to America. Look at that. Finally. So, definitely want to go through and make sure to change our customs office to stimulate exports, and let's check it out. 99% increase. January. So this is the beginning of the year here. So potentially what I even could do is send El Presidente to the customs office. We just completed another rescue raid. I'm gonna wait until this is finished. I just want to make sure that we should win this pretty soundly. But I just want to make sure that we make it through this election before I bring a bunch of random people onto the island. Observation has finished. Still don't have like a whole lot of criminals. This kind of sucks. I was hoping that we'd have like 200. I mean, it still is pretty criminalistic. We have like close to 100, which is like 1 out of every 20 people is a criminal on the island, but it would be a lot cooler if there was just a lot more. Minister of Economy, Edict Modifiers, Budget Modifiers. Where is El Presidente? Oh, he finally showed up to the customs office here. No, allow everyone to vote freely. The thing about sending El Presidente to certain buildings is that, as we can see here, it increases the efficiency of the building by it looks 10%, and that lasts, I'm not sure how long. But let's make sure that this is on stimulate exports. We actually lost a percentage, but that's okay. $300,000, a $300,000 increase. So we're making a pretty decent amount. So we will change this back to special tax. And I mean, we should be fine to start the raid now for more people to show up. And we'll do more observations. Looks like we can fit some parks in here. Let's check the residential occupancy. Intimidated our neighbors. That gave us a decent little chunk of support. Reason being is that now the Caribbean neighbors are actually lower happiness than our happiness. So I'm gonna keep on doing this, and hopefully that'll bring in a lot more people to the island without us having to steal people from elsewhere. Cool. Convincing election. And we just lost a whole bunch of support. I wonder why. Lost like 20 points of support there. It looks like the Caribbean... No, it shouldn't have anything to do with that. Our politics are fine too. Wonder why support is being so low lately. Faith happiness is still pretty low. But we do have a whole cathedral up, and I don't know what the problem is. It should be okay though. Maybe I could even go so far as to build an entire additional cathedral. Oops, did not mean to do that again. Hopefully that will increase the faith happiness by a decent amount. Job quality, still nothing I can do about that. Maybe what I could do is mandatory siesta, but this decreases efficiency of all workplaces by 12%. No, I don't want to do that because that means that things like the fun happiness will go down. So, and healthcare happiness. Well, healthcare happiness, as long as the buildings are above 100, then shouldn't go down too much. But faith happiness, and so sacrificing everything for job happiness, I don't think is quite worth it. I mean, we shouldn't have any problems dealing with elections. Two rebels, what? Unbelievable. Let's build our first prison, actually. This might get rid of all of the criminals on the whole island, but let's just see how it looks. I mean, we've gone through this whole playthrough, doing as much as I can. I would call this island a success, even if it's not like Even if it's not like we have an insane amount of criminals, the island still turned out pretty good. I would say it emulates Chicago pretty well. We're producing a lot of cars, and the crime safety at least is really low. It should, I mean, there's 140 people that don't have a job, there's no open jobs, and the crime safety is insanely low. Like, that should be 140 additional criminals. But I mean, that's okay. What I'm gonna do is actually keep on doing rescue missions, might as well. Keep doing observations. I want to guarantee that we are going to imprison these rebels, so I will. Maybe what I could do is arrange an accident. Yeah, we'll just kill off these two criminals. Could have arrested them, but might as well just deal with them permanently. And another crime lord. All these crime lords are filthy rich. Even though this one's married to someone working in a steel mill. Well, yeah, I guess she's in the rich class as well. Keep doing intimidate neighbors. Faith happiness is steadily increasing. I feel like the support's lower because there might be like a foreign spy. I'm not sure if that would affect our support, but it just feels like something's off. I mean, politics are fine, happiness is fine. 76 from most of the people here. The militarist one is pretty low. There's nothing really that I can do to increase the militarist happiness, but it should even out because half the people are religious and they're pretty happy. Most people on the island are industrialists and they're really happy. And then these two are above 50 at least. So, I mean, we should have like plenty of support, but it's okay. But this is a whole additional hour on this playthrough. I think I'm going to call this the end of the series here. I'm definitely going to start up on the next series real soon. And I think as a matter of fact what I'll do is I'll just let this kind of play out for another hour without talking and then upload another video on this island here. Just to see if in the next like 10 years if the criminal population like spirals out of control. But I guess we'll see. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. If you want to follow along with more series like this, I'm going to be starting the next one hopefully today. Then be sure to subscribe. Peace.